Shalom. I want to start by giving all praise to Yahawah, bahasham Yahawashi, Kadash, double honors to the apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone for teaching us the scriptures, among other things, and salutations to Yahakim across the earth for doing this work in sincerity and truth. And Shalom to the few sincere brothers and sisters that, that do their best to please Yahweh, bahasham Yahawashi. So basically this video, you already see it on the picture, I want to go into, that the Most High hear you, when you're sincere, you really want to serve Yahweh, Basham, Yahawashi, and when you go to stuff, like the scripture in the book of Sirach already said, when you come to serve Yahweh, Basham, Yahawashi, as a matter of fact, let me just grab it real quick, you need to prepare yourself because you will go to a lot of stuff, So let me see. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 2 and 1. My son, if thou come to serve Yahweh Basham Yahawashi, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure and make not haste in time of trouble. So that already shows you that, when you come to serve Yahweh Basham Yahawashi, you will go to stuff, The Most High will let you go to stuff so that you can become the person that you need to be. And there's also preparing us, if I look around, in the brotherhood, around, basically, if I look at the Akyam, a lot of us, myself not excluded, we're going to a lot of shit, normal person, we would go crazy, but meanwhile, and of course, we got our eyes on the prize, so we stay calm, but a lot of shit going on, but meanwhile, the Most I also hear you, like this week also, doesn't matter how you look at it, we still under the curses, like the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 says, for the want of all things, we have to go to this so-called white man, and it doesn't matter if you are self-employed or whatever, you're still under him, that this bullshit laws of Esau, this unrighteous degrees, fucking tax that he keeps grabbing out of your pocket, it's fucking, all these things, and that also shows you that this devil, these so-called white people, these Edomites, they don't deserve mercy, man. They don't deserve mercy. When Yahawashi is gonna come back, they are gonna go in hardcore slavery. All your heathens gonna get it, don't get it twisted. You're all gonna get it because you all are against us, All your heathens are against the children of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the so-called Indianos. You are all against it. You are all enemies. But the so-called white people, you're the worst of the worst. And therefore, after 1,000 years of hardcore slavery, you're going to be exterminated. Thus said the Bible, burned up. It's going to be done away with, But what I want to say is like, look, man, right now we are in a weakest form, but we got our power, our power. We got, to the high priest, Elder Abba Bibbins, he brought us back to our Father, to our power, to our Father and His Son, Yahawashi, Yahweh Basham Yahawashi. And, and by that, we receive actually some kind of spiritual powers because you can pray to Yahweh Basham Yahawashi for protection, to take care of your enemies, those who are against you. And I saw many things, I witnessed many things that the Most High did, for me when people were, really doing their best to basically make my life miserable and fucked up, And my life is still like that, because, also you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, this whole fucking world is fucking messed up, this one fucking big mess, this whole fucking month is for the sodomites, this, a lot of shit is vexing you, baby mothers, they've been bugging out, because Esau protect them, so they got power to do whatever they want, so but meanwhile, we have to stay calm and suffer these things because, we will get away, but sometimes, this week I was going through some shit, and this devil that I work for, basically, I also work for him. And yeah, he was kind of playing with my money, and also, the way that he did, like, I mean, like, okay, everybody can have some difficulties and this and that, and then you're not able to pay someone or whatever, but you got to communicate, I mean, like, we are all adults, and I know this, he been doing to another dude also, so-called Turkish guy, and I also been working with him for a couple of years, and we kind of vibe. So I'm thinking he go back to Jake. Even if I look at him, he's not pale as the majority of the Turks are. He got some color, and even he showed me a picture of his father, and I'm like, yeah. Also the way, his spirit, I think he Jake, but he's also like me, I'm kind of laid back person, I'm not one that immediately will say something, I'm gonna watch you and then I will say something. But he is like how I used to be back in the days, he just let people do shit, and we were talking and he was like, yeah, he didn't pay him for 1 month and a half, and with me, he was like 2 weeks behind, and but he wasn't, I spoke to him, then he said like, yeah, like last week, I'm gonna, last week he said like, let's say I spoke to him Monday, then he told me like, yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna check it, and then, if the money is there, then I'm gonna transfer the money. So the whole week passed by, and he didn't let me hear, I didn't hear nothing from him. I'm like, yeah, I'm not a fucking child. And, another thing, you can depend on me. I'll be there. Doesn't matter, on the job, I'll be there, So I'm like, okay, man, just start putting curse on him. Like, okay, this dude, he thinks I'm a child, right? Also made a statement onto him, and hey, the most I made him feel, and it was just funny, like one day like Monday was a lot of rain, so I couldn't work anyway. And Tuesday it was a little bit better, but I'm like, I was kind of vexed. I'm like, okay, this motherfucker, he doesn't say shit, right? So Monday I asked him again, and then he said, yeah, when I have the money, then I'm gonna transfer it to you. I'm like, yeah, fuck you, man. Why don't you communicate with me? You let a whole week pass by. When you tell me like, okay, next day I'm gonna check it, you can tell me like, okay, it's not possible, this and this is the case. That's no, of course it's messed up if you don't get your money, but at least and I mean, like, we all grown as people around him, man. People with children and all that, gray beards and everything, and this other, the so-called Turkish guy, he's around my age, we I think he's like a couple, I'm not sure if I'm older or he, it's like a couple of months, but he stayed quiet, he just let him do that. But it was funny, and then I I apped him like, okay, Tuesday, I'm like, I'm not gonna come, I'm basically, sometimes you got to show these devil. Meanwhile, we're still under the curses, like the book of Deuteronomy said, for want of all things. We, of course, you need your money, so you need them. But sometimes you gotta, it's also good to let these devils feel that they need you. Because me and him and there's another dude, there are only three good painters that he got, that he can use. One is working like for him for the company, and me and the Turkish guy, we are self-employed. So uh, and so we are basically, and then he got three other dudes that yeah, that basically ain't shit. So, and what's funny, but I told him, so I didn't tell the dude of the company that I weren't wouldn't come. I only told the Turkish guy, and he also decided to stay home, and I didn't know that. And Wednesday, I found out that he also decided, and it was funny because Tuesday, then this the company owner, he came to the job looking, how far it was and everything, and then he saw only two of clumsy employees that he got. They were working there, and he was not amused. I heard that he was not amused, that he was. But with me, today he came by and he was very cool. He was very humble. He even called me this morning because, and I, immediately start praising, Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, thanking him, because he called me this morning, because I start putting curses on the devil, So he had a horse, and his horse got sick, something with his colons, with his insides, and So eventually, the day before, he had to put him down basically. And today, this morning, or today in the afternoon, they came to pick the horse up. So his horse died, and he actually this morning his plan was to come to the job and bring some paint. But then he called me in the morning, and that's also funny because he came like Tuesday and we weren't there. So those two clumsy dudes were there, and they don't make any progress, and they are not that good. So he already felt that, like, shit, man. My two of my best painters, they didn't show up. So he already felt that one, and I'm like, okay, let him open his mouth. If he say something, then I would be like, okay, communication. I would tell him like, yo. Then I would tell him like, yo, communication. It works from two sides. You cannot communicate by yourself. So, but he already felt it in his spirit because he knew it was an action, a reaction on his action. So, and that was funny. So, and then so this morning he called me, like, if I could pick up the paint before I go to the spot where I'm busy, and that's actually outside my route. It's in the same place that I live, but it's out of the route. Basically where I'm busy right now is like 6 minutes from my house. So I had to go to the other side of my town and then go back. So he asked me if I please would pick up the paint, and then he told me about this horse that died and that he had to put to death, and he was all sad. He's like, yeah, would you please pick up the paint and this and that, and I'm like, yeah, cool, man, I'm gonna do that. He like, oh, thank you, man, thank you very much. So he was, the most I humbled him. He humbled him. And when I hung up, immediately, I was like, Tawada Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, Kala Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi. I'm like, wow, this is beautiful, man. Sometimes, you go into stuff, and then the most I just quickly just judge someone. And that's exactly what happened. I'm like, yeah, man, the most I humbled him, from all sides. He was someone. Today he came looking at the spot. So, we and he saw, because he came Tuesday and today is Thursday. So yesterday, me and him, we started to work again. Today we were also busy, and he saw like, oh, whoa, man, we almost, we're busy with two houses, and one house is like 90.8%, 98% is already done. And he already saw it like 2 days, and we making progress. So he was, he was in a good mood, and he was very humble. He didn't say anything. Like, yeah, he felt it, and there was also a funny thing. He also made that. He also paid my money. That's funny, and that's all. What also was funny, like Tuesday evening, he asked me, the dude of the company, and he asked me like if I come to work Wednesday, because he found out on the spot that we weren't there, and he also apped that other dude. He told me like I was laughing, man. I'm like, yeah, man, that's beautiful, man. So he asked me like, yeah, are you working tomorrow? I'm like, yes. He's like, good, and I didn't respond on that. I just read it and just let him feel a little bit. So then he had to call me for the paint, the next day. So the most I really, really humbled him, and that's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. This is the book of Psalms, uh, chapter 9, and let me see. Yeah, let me just jump to verse 12. That's also the scripture where I got my channel name from, like years ago. So this is the book of Psalms, chapter 9 and verse 12. When he make it in question for the blood, so when he requires it, does not forget about it. For blood, he remembered them. He forgetteth not the cry of the humble. Yeah, the Most High hears us, and that's the spiritual power that we got nowadays. We can pray. The more, this also where like Yahawashi told his disciple, with the Father, nothing is impossible. The Most High will get you to situation. I saw many things like I'm like, man, I don't know how this is gonna resolve. And the Most High just switch things. Like this, that. Beautiful, man. Beautiful. Let me see. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 34, and let me start at verse 7. The angel of the Lord encamped round about them that fear him and delivered them. Yeah, so Hey, the Most High got your back, man. But all you gotta do, you gotta believe in faith. Let me jump to the book of James. That also explains it. Let me see. The book of James, chapter 1, and let me start verse 5. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of Yahawah, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraid not, and it shall be given him. But let him ask in faith, nothing faith wavering. So that also shows you how important the faith is. If you don't believe that Yahawah Yahawashi can get you out of any situation, there's no reason for Yahawah Yahawashi to help you. That's simple. It's that simple. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of Yahweh, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraid it not, and it shall be given him. But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering, for he that wavered is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed. For let not that man think that he shall receive anything of Yahweh. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. So yeah, for example, if you go to a mechanic and you be like, my car is kind of messed up, but you be like, yeah, I don't really think that you are able to fix it. Do you really think that he is going to help you? Of course not. There's no reason for him to help you. Why should he? Very simple. So let me see. Back to the book of Psalms, chapter 34, and verse. Let me see. Verse 15. The eyes of the Lord are upon the righteous, and his ears are and his ears are open unto their cry. Yeah, the Most High hears you, man. He hears you when you are sincere. You try your best to please Yahweh Basham Yahawashi. And not everybody is a teacher. But he hears you, man. He hears you, and the Most High knows our spirit, man. Verse 16, the face of the Lord is against them that do evil, to cut off the remembrance of them from the earth. And that's the future of the Edomites, the so-called white people. The righteous cry, and the Lord hear it, and deliver them out of all their troubles. Yeah, like I said, with the Most High. And that's something that you got to keep in mind, because crazy times are ahead of us. You got to keep in mind that the Most High will get you through it. Let me see. So this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 18 and verse 10. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe. You see that? Yeah, man. Like I said, with Yahawah Basham Yahawashi, nothing is impossible. You got to keep that in mind, man. Really got to keep that in mind. So this is the book of Sirach, chapter 2 and verse 10. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in Yahweh and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? On whom did he ever despise that call upon him? Yeah. Just read the books, man. Read the Bible and see it. Read about Daniel in the lion's den, For example, Noah building a big ship on earth, Just to name a few examples, For Yahweh is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins and saveth in time of affliction. Yeah, man. Like I said, nothing is going to be impossible with Yahweh Basham Yahawashi, And this is the book of Romans, chapter 12 and verse 19. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves. And that's also the thing, don't get carnal, Satan, demons jumping on people in your surrounding, basically make your fist itch, No, man, it's important for us to stay in the spirit, stay in the spirit, and just, hey, if somebody is fucking you up, pray to Yahawah Basham Yahawashi, that the person might, that he might curse that person according to his knowledge, Somebody is really fucking trying to mess with your bread or whatever, Baby mothers that keeping your children away, all this shit, hey, giving you all these headache, And that's also a thing, all your females, who using children as a weapon. Hey, when Yahawashi is gonna come back, it's gonna be done away with, man. Y'all gonna receive everything what you done, man. The scriptures are very clear about that. Let me jump real quick to the book of Matthew, man. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 12 and verse 36. But I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment. Yeah, man. So when Yahawashi is gonna come back, he comes to give a reward, whether it's a good or a bad reward. Everybody's gonna be judged, man. For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned. So, you know, it's no joke, man. It's no joke. It's no joke. So this is the book of Romans, chapter 12 and verse 19. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath, for it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, said Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi. And that's it, man. Just bring your problems, pray to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi. And of course, he knows your heart, man. He knows your mind. He knows exactly what you're fighting with, And also another thing is, that's, yeah, let me close it up with that scripture, because that's also a very beautiful scripture, and also one of my favorites, I like to pull that one, the book of First Corinthians, because of course, you will go to stuff and you might think like you cannot handle it, but you got to keep in mind the Most High knows you. You don't know yourself. You think you know yourself, but we don't know ourselves, man. Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, he knows us, and he knows exactly what we can handle and what not. So sometimes, things might be like, man, I'm dying up here. Hey, how many times I wake up, or before I go to bed, if I'm laying in my bed, or alone on the couch, you'll be like, man, I'm dying here, man. But, yeah, man. But I had to laugh about it, but, it ain't nothing funny. Like old song from Mobb Deep, I might crack a smile, but it ain't a damn thing funny, man. That's exactly how we live in, man. So this is the book of First Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 13. There hath no temptation taken you, but such as is common to men. But Yahawah is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that you are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. Yeah, man. So that already speaks for itself. Like I said, nothing is going to be impossible, and the Most High knows exactly what you can handle. So yeah, and like how they say in the world, whatever doesn't kill you make you stronger, and strong, that's what we gotta be. For the shit that is about to be unleashed on this planet, you gotta be strong, man. This is not for the faint-hearted, man. So yeah, man, with that, I want to give all praises to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, Waharuka Kudash, and double honors to the apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone for teaching us scriptures, among other things. And salutations to all your Akim across the earth for doing this work in sincerity and truth. So with that, I'm going to say Shalom.